If you ever doubted that international events impact our lives here, look at the sheer number of Venezuelans who have fled their country and ended up in Denver. The policies of socialist autocrat Nicolas Maduro have led to an economic crash there and a mass exodus from Venezuela. Maduro claims that he won yesterday's election to stay in power. The U.S. and other countries are skeptical if that's true. Our Angeline McCall looks at what happened and what may happen next.
It's important to share what he knows.
Because I care about my country.
Just this weekend, DU professor and economist Francisco Rodriguez contributed to a New York Times article.
It states, Francisco Rodriguez, a Venezuelan economist and professor of international affairs at the University of Denver, said he could foresee three possible outcomes.
This is his way of explaining what is happening in Venezuela.
Because my country has suffered this huge collapse in living standards.
This weekend, Venezuelan voters cast ballots in a historic election.
Lines outside a polling station in Caracas.
The sitting president, Nicolas Maduro, has claimed victory as people cast doubt.
Given the way that all of the evidence that we have seen up until now is pointing to, it really looks like what happened is that people voted for change and the government stole the election, essentially.
For many, yesterday was a day that held a vote that could mean something.
So there's a lot of energy around this possibility of change and a lot of excitement. And that's how people voted. They voted thinking that change was possible.
Overnight, realization that change may not come for a country that doesn't necessarily have a democratic voting process.
So these are very slanted elections. They're not free and fair.
And tomorrow, despite the uncertainty that will happen next, Rodriguez will keep sharing so more people will understand.
Those expectations of change completely dashed.
We also asked Professor Rodriguez if he expects that more people would flee the country if President Maduro is in power for another 6 years. He said it's too early to tell, but what we do know is that 25% of the population of Venezuela has left, largely within the past decade. Many of them fled as early as 2015 and 2016 to other countries like Colombia or Peru, and later immigrated to the United States in the past couple of years or so.
Quarter of the population. I mean, obviously that exacerbates an economic collapse in and of itself. Angeline McCall, thank you.